Bowling purists probably hated the PBA telecast we saw last weekend. It was a one-handed versus two-handed battle and also the strike derby. So we had a lot of two-handed bowlers, but also we had string pins. Yes, that's right, for the first time ever, we had a PBA telecast that used string pins. And I can tell you now, that didn't go down well with many fans. Many refused to even bowl on strings, and judging by the comments on the YouTube video of the telecast, they felt it was completely wrong for a professional event to use strings. Unfortunately, this is the way bowling has been going for a while now, and it seems only a matter of time before we have actual PBA tournaments and telecasts using strings. But can you really imagine having a major tournament on strings? Personally, I can't. I have bowled on strings myself for a while now and I have mixed feelings. The main problem I have is the experience you have on strings really is determined by the type of pin setter used. And we'll talk about this in more detail as we saw some of these problems of string bowling on display during the PBA telecast. The first major problem with strings is the lack of pin action. Messengers are pretty much removed and the way the pins fall is just totally different. It certainly feels a lot harder to strike. Yes, you do get quite a few corner pins that fall because the strings knock them over, but on the whole, the pins don't seem to mix around enough. You can see that from this shot that left a pocket 4 pin. The next problem with strings is that you get pins falling that shouldn't. Look at these shots and you'll see what I mean. The 10 pin fell here even though nothing touched it. You can see multi-pin leaves being broken up, and the leaves you get don't make a lot of sense a lot of the time because the amount of splits that get broken up can be very high as well. This brings us on to spares, and while we didn't see too much of this on the telecast, sparing on strings can be very different to freefall. Again, it depends on the pin setter being used, but you can have a lot more margin for error on spares because the strings will help you on multi-pin leaves. Likewise, sparing splits becomes a lot easier, especially if you throw it hard and fast, as once again, the strings can often take out pins on the other side. There's no question string bowling feels like a very different game. I have gotten used to bowling on them in league and even tournaments occasionally, but I have to admit, seeing it at a professional event felt very strange. I think it's because the strings became the focus. You almost forgot about the actual bowlers at times because you were constantly analysing the strings and how they fell, etc. Overall, it didn't feel as fluid. Perhaps this was also down to the event itself. Maybe in an actual PBA tournament, you wouldn't pay so much attention to it because you'd be more focused on the excitement of the match. I'm sure the day will come very soon where we will see an actual PBA tournament being televised on strings. If that does happen, we will see how the viewing numbers are affected, because judging by people's reaction after the weekend, many were not impressed. But there was an upside for the bowling purists as the one-handers proved they can beat the two-handed bowlers as the one-handers prevailed in that event. And then we had a one-hander in EJ Tackett winning the strike derby. And I would love to hear all of your opinions in the comment section below. What do you think about the PBA using strings on a telecast? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Do you think that the PBA are going to use strings more and more often on TV? Let me know all of that in the comment section below. Right now we've got the Players Championship taking place, and I will of course be doing a breakdown video for the telecast. So make sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any of my future videos. And I'd just like to thank you all, as always, for your support for this channel. I really appreciate you all. I've got plenty more videos in the pipeline. I'm going to be doing quite a few breakdown videos of some classic telecasts as well. And as I mentioned, the PBA Players Championship. We've also got a lot more PBA action coming up following after the Players Championship. We've got the Tournament of Champions. So yeah, lots of bowling to break down. But that is going to do it from me for this video. And as always, thank you bowling fans, and see you all next time.